Cook Islands Minister of Marine Resources says it's unfair for the opposition party to say money is the motivator behind government interest in seabed mining. Leader of the opposition party, Tina Brown, has accused the Cook Islands government of caring more about money over protecting the environment. The Cook Islands hopes to lead a talanoa on seabed mining during the Pacific Islands Forum in Tonga later this year, as the issue has divided the Pacific. Foreign Affairs Minister and Ministry of Marine Resources, Tingika Elikana, was recently in Wellington, where he met with Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters.
The question was raised in regards for seabed mining, framed around the, as you'll recall, when we hosted the Pacific Island Forum's leaders meeting, one of the issues was, one of the resolution was to look at a talanoa, a workshop or a conference regarding seabed mining, and that was the issue that was raised by in our meeting. And my advice is that's a matter that the officials at the Pacific Island Forum is looking at when that will happen, and then that's hopefully it's going to come up soon. I think that's something that we have always advocated from the Cook Islands, the importance of that sector to our development, and we're looking at, as we've always said, our actions will be based on the evidence that's gathered by the companies that are doing exploratory and other interested parties. We're going to look at the evidence and then see what steps to take.
There's been some comments about the ethics and, I guess, the fairness around the research and the exploration that's happening, considering it's the same body that's doing the testing and has a particular stance and position on wanting to get this over the line. Does there need to be an independent body so that this is truly a fair and balanced understanding of what could happen potentially to the environment?
Well, as I've said, we're taking up the advice of experts, and I said we will base our decisions on the evidence available to us, and that could be from the people that's doing exploratory now or independent. There's, as you're probably mostly aware, there's people have opinions on in terms of protecting the environment in this field, but we will take our time and listen to the experts in these areas. And I'm sure because we're going to listen, the people will question the kind of experts we're listening to. So,
yeah. Would you be open to having independent experts to make this fair?
Well, it depends on which experts. I'm sure if we open up to other experts, and then people will question why we're listening to those other experts. So it's a matter that we have to look at. But as I said, we're going to base the decisions on the evidence and expert opinion that's provided to us. And it's open for those who are against it and those who are for it to make those views known to us.
Is there a sense of urgency? Why does it seem like the Cook Islands is rushing when it's clearly globally the stance has been to wait? Could be another 10, 20 years. This moratorium has been a stance that a lot of Pacific Island nations are taking as well, including New Zealand.
Well, I think the important thing is this is not something new to the Cook Islands. We've known of the existence of seabed in our waters for so long, and we've taken time and talk with experts in this field about it, and now it's come to the stage where we need to take some action. But we've always taken a precautionary approach to it. As I said, at the moment we're taking an exploration, which is to gather the information, the necessary information that we need before we make our decisions what to do with it. But I think people are jumping the buck to say that we're going to do exploitation when we have, or harvesting, which something that we haven't decided yet, but we're looking at the available evidence. As I said, if there are experts out there who think they're most welcome to present to us their views.
Okay, so you would be open to hearing and taking on board independent advice and research?
I think we've always been open to we got a very strong environment group, Te Ipukarea. They've been presenting their views. They made their views known, and we look at that, and then we look at the other views of other experts.
Tourism and the environment within the Cook Islands is so beautiful, so pristine, and it's how the Cook Islands makes essentially its money through the tourism industry. How will you make sure that the motives are in protection of this environment, like supports the tourism industry, and that money isn't the motive?
I don't think, as you're well aware, tourism is our biggest industry in the Cook Islands. In fact, it's the biggest money earner in the Cook Islands, and our people relied heavily on it. And I think it should be remiss of us not to take that into consideration in any decisions that we make regarding seabed mining, as you alluded to. But that's one of the factors, and it's an important factor. As I said, then we look at that and weigh those factors and before we make the decision.
Opposition leader Tina Brown says the government is motivated by money when it comes to seabed mining over the protection of the environment. What's your response?
I don't think that's a fair observation of the motives behind. I think the motivation is to not so much money, but to make sure the best returns for our people and the best ways for our people to survive. And that's a very delicate balancing act between tourism, our pristine environment, and also the returns from these resources that we need to extract for the development of our country.